Hello, my angels and angels. Thank you for tuning in to the Smooth Spirit Radios today. This episode is actually going to be a little bit different now that you know who I am. I'm just going to go straight into it. So let's get started. Okay. So it's a beautiful Sunday. Just looking at the world and seeing how beautiful it is, I often glaze at it because I value, the trees now more than ever. I value the grass. I value the birds. I also value the bees because if y'all not in North Carolina, one thing about North Carolina is around this time, pollen is everywhere. So, because of the bees not being a lot and how it's almost going to extinction, that's why we have so much pollen. And it's like, man, I have a house and by my house is like 5 bumblebees. The bumblebees are the fat ones. That's how I categorize like which bees it is. If y'all don't know which type of bees it is, the fat ones is the bumblebees. And my best friend, he is terrified of bees, just period. And I tell him, look, you ain't gonna come over here killing these bees over here because I need them. We need them, okay? But how everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing fantastic and just living your best lives on this Sunday, okay? And the lesson that I wanted to do today is actually something that I want everybody to do at the end of this episode. So the lesson that I'm doing today is goals. Of course, what are you talking about, Tony? Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Goals, everybody should have them. I don't care who you are, everybody should have goals. No matter what the goals are, you should try to stick to them and, succeed at them. I know for me, my girl best friend, Juanita, she told me let's do something different because we always talk about what we want to do, and she does amazing work with shirts and I think like bottles and stuff like that. If you want your name and stuff like that, I will actually give y'all the information in the description down below if you wanted to check out her work and just get to know who she is. Her stuff is called Uniquely E, and she makes shirts. She also designs stuff for your bottles, prayer boxes, and also just little cute things. And I'm telling you, they're reasonable prices. You cannot go wrong. She even got smoking trays that she customized for you if you guys smoke, and just need to get a release out of life, but you need your own tray. She knows how to rock them out. I'm trying to tell you, she got the best work. But, and I bring that description down below. But, she said, Tony, we should do something different. I'm like, what should we do? She said, every week we should give each other goals and we should ask each other what we're going to do for the next goal. And I said, oh man, that is beautiful. So my goal this week is to at least do 5 episodes and do 5 morning rushes on my podcast on Anchor. So that's what I'm doing for this week. But that's my challenge for you guys. Do y'all have any goals? Like, have you sat there and thought about it and goes, what is my goals in the next 5 to 10 years? And if you don't want to think too far ahead with that one, what is my goal for this year? What can I do or challenge myself to where I can accomplish that? And then 2 years later, I can do something else. Like, have goals for yourself. Sorry about that. I know for me, last year, when I started my podcast, actually it was 2 years ago, I wasn't thinking nothing of it. I was just on Anchor one day and I was like, oh shoot, I've always wanted to be a radio hostess or, somebody that can do stuff like that. So boom, I'm going to do it. And I did for a good while, but I was not really dedicated like I am now. So when I started, I just, played music and did like that. And on Anchor, you can't, play music for the outside world because copyright issues. But I deleted the app for some reason. I don't know why. And I was going through all this stuff in my life. But then I was like, I really enjoyed doing that. So I'm going to re-download it again. And then long and behold, when I re-downloaded the app and stuff, I had 1K worth of views on my podcast. And I was like, wait, what? You know, I was like, what the world? Just imagine if I stayed and dedicated my time to that and said, Tony, in 2 years, this is your goal. Do you not know how many people, how many views I would have had by now? But because I gave up and was not taking things seriously, you never know. And that's the point of it all. Just because things are not going your way at that moment does not mean that it's not going to get better. And that's another point I wanted to talk to you guys about. When having a goal, everything is not going to go exactly the way we want it to go, or exactly the way we want it to be. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to, keep going. And my best friend said it. Time doesn't stop for anyone. So when you have so much time in the world, it might look like you don't because, things happen very quickly, but at the same time, we have so much time in this world. Why waste it on something that you're not going to gain back? Once that time is over, that's it. But why not put it in something that is motivational and progressive, ain't it? Productive. Sorry about that. Productive. If we put it in something that's productive, man, we'll change the whole world. Okay? When y'all have to look in the book, in the Bible, and to each of his own. If you do not read the Bible, that's fine, but I'm going to say it anyway. In the Bible, it talks about, of course, in Genesis, God created the heavens and the earth. And he took 6 days to make it and rested on the seventh. And what I'm trying to say is, things is not going to happen overnight. It's just not. Some people stuff do. I question those people because I just do. I think that is something's wrong. If you go off overnight, like just make it overnight, something's wrong with that. Who you done signed up with, I'm going to need to stay away from you. But if you take the time out to create your product, take care of your product, do what you have to do for that product, things will get better. I know for me, starting out this YouTube podcast, it is nervous. I mean, it's nerve-wracking, and it's also making me nervous because I don't know how well it will go. But I have faith that things will keep going, and I know it doesn't happen overnight. I have to reach out to people. Like a lot of my viewers is from apps that I was like, hey, I have a podcast. If you're interested, hit me up, man. I'll give you the link. And a lot of people actually did hit me up and go to the link and was like, hey, your stuff was actually good. Keep going. Keep doing that. I love critiques. So when it was time to do this, I was kind of nervous because my best friend always said, Tony, why not do it? And I always procrastinated. I don't know why, because I was just like, well, people are not going to want to hear this on YouTube. People are not going to, you never know what people want to hear about, And a lot of things that I'm going to be doing in this podcast is talking about, Black women and also Black excellence, but also, the daily lives and also lessons that we can learn from the Bible and incorporate that into our daily lives and actually have lessons that you never thought that would be in the Bible, So, as I'm going on and I'm just like, well, I'm just going to stick to Anchor and stuff like that. I made a goal in my head to just keep going no matter what, just keep going. And on Anchor, I'm doing very good. I have a lot of listeners. A lot of viewers and listeners. But I wanted to widen my brand because I want to become a radio. I want to have my own radio station. Sorry about that, guys. I'm getting tongue-tied. And I feel like if I keep going, I can get there. But it doesn't happen overnight. So my goal was to actually face my fears and do a YouTube channel. And long and behold, I did it. Boom. That was my first goal that I tackled for last week. So with that being said, don't be afraid to put out goals. And whatever you want to do it. Don't worry about what the next person is doing. Don't worry about if it's going to flop or if it's going to succeed. If it flops, that means you could actually turn that flop into a successful thing, into a lesson, so that you can know what to do next time so it doesn't become a flop, you know? And it takes time. A lot of people don't want to realize that, but patience is the key. Things doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. You know, like I said before, God made this world in 6 days, okay? And it took a while. 6 days and rest the 7th. That is incredible. So my point is, even though you're starting out today, it might take 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 years, 6 months. But on that 7th day, once you do succeed, you can rest and bask in the fruits of your labor. A lot of people don't think about it like that, but I do. Like, this is just the beginning for me. But I know that over time, things will progress. Things will get better. If I keep going hard like I am now, people will start to look and view my stuff and actually want to do things. I know for now, I'm actually getting a special friend of mine. She's doing my logo and also doing a picture so that I can have my own Smooth Spirits Radio look and logo, so I don't have to copyright anybody's stuff. I could do my own things and just be free within who I am. And I want you guys to really think about that. Be free to who you are. Free yourself from any negativity, but also free yourself from the thought that you will not succeed. If you think like that, you will not succeed. But if you actually plan out the time, make goals for yourselves and make the time and effort to do that, man, oh man, do you not know how much you could succeed in life? And that's another thing that really puts me in a headspace of we have to work together to get where we need to go, you know? But this podcast, I actually learned that if I do it short, it will give me more views instead of going on and on and on and on and on. So I'm learning how to do that as well. But I want you guys to actually sit there and make an assignment and say what you want to do for the rest of your life. Do you want to put time and effort and also money into your product? That's everybody's assignment for this podcast episode. Are you willing to go through the ups and the downs? What is your goal with this product for the next 5 to 10 years? Do you see yourself succeeding and also being able to say, I can retire from the job I'm at because with this product, I could go far? I really want you guys to sit there and write it out. Do that and comment below what you want to do. I really want to see what everybody wants to do. Don't be shy to do it. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Smooth Spirit Radios. I will be doing another episode tomorrow. So stay tuned. Keep it locked in. God and blessings, love and prosperity. Have a good night.